Hey you guys, so let's start one more project before I have to get dinner going. This may be a part 2, I don't know. I mean, there may be 2 parts to this video. I'm not sure yet, but nevertheless, I'm so excited. So I was watching a home decor video and I don't know this, I got this idea. It had nothing to do with what we're looking at, right? But I had the idea to use toothpicks and wood pieces in different sizes. I'm not using any this big. I'm just holding these up because these are already placed. But you can get your wood pieces, you already know, from Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Toothpicks, you already know you can get from anywhere. And then you're gonna have to decide on the paint colors that you're gonna wanna use. I'm in this neutral phase of browns and taupes and tans. So that's what I'm believing I'm going to use. I haven't decided yet. But look how cute these are gonna be. And I can't lift them up, but I am gonna do a quick video screenshot so you can see what they look like. So hold on. So let's start with the cinnamon color, light cinnamon. So again, I'm thinking that I'm just gonna do a wash. I don't think that I'm gonna try to make it like, you know what I mean, this perfect paint. I may do one as like a denim or a blue jean color, because I think that we're always trying to get like this perfect coat, and you know, and I kind of want to leave it like, see, look, I'm going to wipe some of it off so it looks like that. Because I like that. I want it to look more like a stain. So that is what we're going to do with these. So I'm going to do that for every pair. So instead of trying to get this perfect paint color, I just want to do a stain of a color. Sorry, my elbows were on the table, so I was making the camera rock by accident. And I'm just using a medium size or a small, not medium, small size fluffy brush, like a medium. And then I'm just brushing the paint on and then wiping it off. So these are gonna dry really quickly. And then I'm gonna go back through and paint the sides, which I could do while we're going along, but I wanna get this little congealed piece of paint off my brush. So let's do that. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're just doing a wash. So this is pretty cool for anybody that says too that they don't care about getting paint on their hands and they don't care about all that. And it's not really messy because the paint, you know, is going to dry relatively quickly. Of course, you're just going to have to use some hand wipes or wash your hands in between the coats that you're putting on. But because we're doing kind of like a rub off of the paint, it's also drying really fast. So that's pretty cool. I'm just getting paint out of the top of the cap of the paint bottle too. So I didn't use a palette or anything to put paint into today. Because I also find that when I do that, it dries up really quickly. And then you get those little congealed things that you got to get off your work. So I think this is going to be a really great project. I think these earrings are going to come out fantastic. And my whole goal in making jewelry right now and making earrings right now is I want things to look like pieces of art. Right? I want things to look like art that someone is wearing on their ears. So just really trying to think outside the box, and the ideas just kind of come to me. So it's not like I have to sit and plan it out. But what I will do is if I don't have time to do the videos, I'll draw it out in like a little book I have that I do my things to do list in. So again, we're just painting, putting paint on in no particular fashion, and then we're just rubbing it off with our finger. And because I like the stain of that, I'm gonna do a couple of pair in that same color. So I'm trying to think of, I don't wanna do another circular pair. So let's do the squares that we're using for one of the pairs of earrings. Let's do those in this brown stain. So I'm gonna shake the light cinnamon up again, just so there'll be a little bit more paint in the top for me to use. So we're just painting our square. Go ahead and do the sides. And then we do the top. Just rub it off. So I'm gonna do the other 3 off camera just so I don't bore you with that. And then we'll be right back when it's time to switch colors. Okay, so now we're gonna use a green shade that I was thinking about using. And this is Holly Green. We actually used this on the Christmas pair that we just did in the last video. In case you didn't get a chance to look at that, I encourage you to go take a look. We used stencils from the Dollar Tree to make some really cute earrings. So again, I'm just gonna put a nice even coat here. I'm gonna do the edges, and of course I'm painting the backs the same color, so it doesn't matter if you touch all over this, because we're doing kind of like a distressed or a wash of paint versus you know, just perfecting coats. So that's what it looks like. I really like how that looks, how that's turning out. And all we have to decide really while we're doing this is what color the toothpicks are gonna be. So we could definitely leave the toothpicks natural if we wanted to, and we'll just play with the design once we have all of the bases done and everything laid out. I'm totally aiming to get this all done in one video. So again, we're just painting it on there and then wiping it off. This is something you can do with your kids too. You know, if they want to get involved in just messing around in paints, it's pretty cool. Love how it's coming out. So before I do the sides, because it's paint, because it's a thin coat and it's drying really quickly, I'm gonna make sure to do the rub off on the top before we do the edges, so I'll have time to work with the paint. And I'm just taking paint from the brush cap. Bless you, my honey bunny. Okay, one more. I'm not sure what color that other one is gonna be. I'm thinking like a darker brown maybe. Or maybe a black, I don't know. I feel like I just did a bunch of black, so let's see. Maybe we're gonna do like a chocolate, like a dark chocolate brown. I got paint on the table, don't see. Super cute. So we're gonna let those dry and we're gonna switch colors, switch colors really quickly, and I'll be right back. So let's go with a really pretty blue. So this is the one we're gonna do the last pair on. Last pair with, I should say. This is Ultramarine Blue. And so I figured I was in a denim mood. So I was thinking this would make a really pretty denim color. I'm sorry, I was reading a text and trying to pay attention at the same time. So look, that already comes out like as a white wash, which is really cool. So I'm gonna do the edges. I might do one more coat on here just so we get more of a darker wash, like a darker denim color. And rub it into the wood a little bit more. Pretty. I'm sorry for being quiet, I'm just focused. You know, it's like, aren't you recording a video? Oh crap. Aren't you recording a video? Like, why are you being so quiet? I'm sorry, I'm just focused on what I'm doing. So I love, love, love how these are turning out. I think they're gonna be so pretty and so unique with the toothpicks. And they're not gonna appear to be like toothpicks you'd be cleaning your teeth with. I mean, but that's what they are. But I just feel like it's gonna be such a unique design. Have you thought about using like any, what's the word I'm looking for? Non-traditional or untraditional items to make earrings with? I think that's so, you know, just use your own creativity. I bet people will love it, whatever you decide to do. I saw where somebody was using Barbie shoes. I mean, that's kind of an old video I saw, but it was so cute. And they were using like kids' toys to make super cute earrings. So whatever you want to use. I saw another person on Instagram, and they're actually drying fruit and selling real fruit earrings. Of course, they're glossing them and sealing them so that they don't rot or anything like that. But I thought that was such a cute idea. I wouldn't wear them personally. I didn't like them like that, but I thought that they were pretty, and I thought it was a really creative and unique idea. The only reason I say I wouldn't wear them personally is just because the thought of fruit and veggies on my ears kind of gross me out. But I thought they were just, it doesn't even come out like that. So very beautiful, and kudos to them. So doing the last set. I just wanted to make sure not to wipe off too much on this one. Seemed like I was doing too much wiping. So super cute. This one seems like some of the wood wants to keep shining through. So I needed to do a little bit more rubbing on that one. So we're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna let them dry. I'm gonna touch up that brown one I just dropped the blue one on top of, and then we're gonna be ready to start designing these. I think I'm gonna go ahead and paint the back. I'll do that off camera and we'll be right back. So we're gonna zip through these really quickly, but I wanted to let you see that I have painted all of them. And I've even painted all of the little toothpicks that are gonna go on there. Let me show you what they look like. So all I did was like a little strip of paint, a little paint stripe. Let me get my brush, I'm sorry. I painted them in the middle, and then we painted some blue. They look like pool sticks to me. So each one of them got like a little different paint design. So I'm gonna touch them up after we get them glued down. Some of the earrings are gonna be hanging, and then others are gonna be posts, and a couple are gonna be clip-ons. So they're gonna be super cute. What I decided to do is use some Elmer's glue. It's like an Elmer's clear glue. Normally I would use the E6000, but the only thing I'm concerned with is that because I'm gluing these to the front of the earring is that you'll see that little glop, and I don't want that. So I've never used this glue before, so we're gonna see how it turns out. I asked my 14-year-old, her name is Miriam, if she had any Elmer's glue, and she did, so I used that. So the first pair we're gonna do is gonna be a post pair of earrings, so I can make sure that I can go as high up on the edge as I want to with the toothpicks. So right now I'm just positioning them. I think I want the sticks to be kind of even, like that. And I want them to be such that they remind me of spears, of like shields and spears. So they're fighting with me right now, but let's get everything situated. I'm trying to cook dinner. I have a conference call I have to jump on. So I'm like, let me get my little earrings complete so you all can have something finished to look at for this project. They're gonna be so beautiful. So I'm just gonna put the clear glue down over them and hope it doesn't show. I do see where I kind of left a spot over there. I'm gonna look and see what this glue looks like before I put it on any of the other earrings. I think I got too messy with it, and I should have put it underneath. But what I'm gonna do is use a brush to try to wipe it off. And then I'm gonna go rinse my brush off. So I'm gonna let this one dry right quick just to see how it does. Because I think what I wasn't prepared for was the gloss effect that it has. Because I didn't want a gloss effect on my earrings. So I may have to paint back over the black to matte it back out, but let's see. I think what I'm gonna do is, let's see if it'll be easier if I try to lay it down and do it. So I'm gonna put the clear glue here and here, and you can't really control the consistency of how it comes out of the tube, out of the nozzle. I guess I don't need any more of that. So the good part about the paint is that we can touch that up. And the glue dries clear, so that's a blessing. So let's see. Let's give it a few minutes to try with this one and see how it turns out before we go sloshing it on any of these other ones. And then I don't get what I want and be irritated. So let's see, let's give it a few minutes. So much for that bright idea. I'm gonna leave them alone, but I don't think I'm gonna like that glue because it seems like it's very slow to dry and I don't have a lot of control over it. So we are gonna disregard that glue and stick with tried and true, good old E6000. Plus I don't want anything changing the, what's the word I'm looking for? I want it to have this rustic, like finish. So I don't want anything to change that. So that's what I don't like about that. So let's put these together. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do the glue underneath these two. So what I'm gonna do is where I want the glue to hold together right in here, that's where I'm gonna put it, and prayerfully it won't show up. But because it dries clear, it should be okay, but I'm actually gonna put it on the seam between the two earrings right there. I'm gonna put just a little bit more. And then what we can do is, in the event it does show, because we're gluing this down, we could always paint the glue. So what I have to do is also paint this particular, not paint, I have to glue these from the back as well, only because they're being pushed together. So see how I have them pushed together and there's like a joint connecting the two of them where they're touching at the end of each of their bases. So because of that, I'm gonna go on the back and secure them by gluing back there as well after they dry on the front. So we're gonna do the same thing right here, and I think that's gonna be a lot better than trying to use the clear Elmer's glue. that was a bit of a, I don't want to call it a fail because we don't know if we don't try, but I'm not doing that again. It'd probably be fine if you were doing paper or something like that, but I'm like, not wood. But let me know if you tried it before. I mean, I know as crafters and as artists, we're always looking for a better way to do something. So maybe you've tried it before and you liked it. Let's see. So super cute. So I just want to get rid of as much excess glue as I can so it's not in the way. So those are super cute. Now what I had wanted to do with this round pair was I had wanted to do them like this and kind of have them this way. But what I realized is they're gonna have to be connected in the middle. So I'm not sure that that's gonna work or not. Unless I glue them in the middle like I did those. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to connect there in that centerpiece. So I might not be able to do that design like I wanted, so let's go ahead and make them all touch. Since that's the design we're working with, so I'm gonna put the glue here in the center, just like we're gonna do on the back, and we're gonna make sure that they're secured well. What I'll do is I'll clean off any excess. So thank God for these toothpicks, because you need like a tool to be able to clean up. Oh crap. I keep using that word. I've got to stop doing that. That's not a good word to be using in our vocabulary, right? At least I don't want it in mine, so I gotta do better. Okay, so let's put some more glue down on this one here. And what we could do on the back as well is I could put a bead back there or some type of connector that would not only zhuzh up the back, but also be something that would secure the earring as well. So that's cool. So look, when people wonder like why you charge what you charge for your earrings, I'm like, do they know all the work and the detail and everything that goes into making these incredible designs? So because the Elmer's glue one isn't drying, I'm gonna leave it alone and see what it ends up doing, because I don't want to mess with it and then it be getting all wonky and moving all around. So these are drying really well up here, so that's cool. And I'm gonna go back and touch up the black paint. And then here, see how I want to do those. So these got stuck, so I may have to repaint them. So what I might do is glue them down and then touch their paint up. Looks pretty. Yep, so I'll glue those down and then I'll touch up their paint after they're dry, because I don't want to get glue on my paint brushes. So what I'm gonna do is secure the seams along here. And then we'll put our little embellishments down. And then let's clean up the glue right quick. I know I'm being quiet, just concentrating. And trying not to get glue or paint on this table. Y'all know, y'all supposed to have my back. Okay, so got that one done. So now we're gonna do, ooh, I'm gonna be late for my conference call. Let me hurry up. Okay. So now let's get these cleaned up here. And I can always go back and paint over any of that glue. So let's make sure that these are properly aligned. I feel like they're off a little bit. I want to make sure they are the same. Okay, so they're all good. They're all glued down. I'll come back and show you what they're looking like. But look how, I'm gonna pick them up. Okay, you guys, so here we go. Here are the finished products. I'm gonna sit them out. And then of course, I still have to put the backs on them, but those that are gonna be hanging earrings, I've already drilled the holes. And I was thinking that these were gonna be one style of earring, but they're more tribal to me. So I love how they've come out looking like shields. Do any of you all remember the movie Shaka Zulu? That's what these remind me of. So I totally love the cultural look that they have. So these are gonna hang. So I drilled a hole in them, and then the backs are just plain brown. So of course I could add some embellishments to these if I wanted to. I won't on this video, but I may once we finish the video. I just love how they turned out. This pair is going to be a post back earring. Look how gorgeous they turned out. So this is exactly how I envisioned them to look. And they are just incredible. And we did this just with toothpicks and some wooden pieces. How cool is that? So look at those.